Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you stopped in today. We're going to be looking at another collection from Native War Paints. And this is a 6-piece collection that is in their Classic Essentials line. Their Classic Essentials is kind of like basic colors, but they're never, well, they're usually not just basic creams, at least of all the ones that I've tried. They usually have like a little bit of subtle shimmer in there. So they're giving you basics with a little bit of extra oomph, just a little bit, but not so much to draw too much attention. So these are 6 nude colors. There are some very light, like a little bit like off-white nudes, and we've got some kind of more typical like tan nudes, and then we've got 2 nudes like in the gray to grayish family. So we're going to go ahead and look at live application of all 6 polishes, and then I'm going to let you know what I think at the end and tell you what my favorites are. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I just want to let you know, as I always do on my lips today, is this little super shiny lip gloss from Ulta in the shade Illusion. So that's what that is there over like a nude lip pencil. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with the 2 lightest polishes. Now they do look very similar in the bottle, but once you have them on the nail, they are very different for a few reasons. So the first one I want to start out with is called Naturel Abby. And this one has some very subtle silver shimmer in it. It's a very light, like barely pinky off-white color. These are all going to dry to like a satin matte finish, and they all dry really fast. So if you don't like the kind of flat look, you'll put a top coat on it. But of course, if you like the versatility, you could wear it both ways. So let's go ahead and see how Au Naturel Abby swatches in 2 coats. I'm just going to do 2 coats of everything. Next up, the other one that looks quite similar, this one is called Birthday Suit Bethany, and this one actually looks in the bottle like it's slightly darker, but it is more sheer on the nail. And in 2 coats, it just really looks like a really nice sheer, almost French manicure kind of look on the nail. You can still see some of your nail line, but it is still really lovely. I mean, I think the point of this collection is to kind of give a nude for everybody, and some people like their nudes to be more opaque, and some like them to be light and fresh, like this one. So let's see how it swatches. Alright, next we're going to move on to the pinky tan neutrals in the collection. There are 2. And this first one is called Exposed Eleanor, and it's what I have on my nails here in today's video. And I think this was one of my favorites out of the collection. I have 2 favorites, and this is my favorite, like, typical nude shade. Like, this is kind of like, I feel like this is the one that goes the best with my skin tone. However, I thought that they were all pretty complementary. This is just the one that when I put it on, I went like, oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. So this does have a pretty strong gold shimmer going all throughout it. It's really, really lovely. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites, and I loved how this applied. Alright, and the second one is just a little bit darker. Again, a very strong gold shimmer going throughout. This one is called Naked Natalie. So it's kind of like the one I just showed you, but just a little bit darker, I think. Alright, and then last up we have the two kind of grayish purpley colors. So let's look at the lightest one first. This is called Stripped Stephanie, and this is my other favorite out of the whole collection. I really enjoyed this. Again, it has a lot of subtle shimmer in it. It's kind of just the lighter sister of the one that I'm about to show you. Like I showed you, they're very similar. But on the nail, I just really enjoyed the appearance of this. So yeah, let's see how it swatches. Alright, and then very last up we have a polish called Nude Nikki, and like I said, it's just like the darker sister of the one I just showed you. There's a lot of purple in here in this gray, but it also does have some nice goldy pink shimmer, very similar to the last polish I just showed you. I really like this one as well. It's just a little bit darker than Stephanie, so let's see how it swatches. Alright, so I really liked this collection for a few reasons. First of all, I thought some of them were actually pretty good even at just one coat, like the one I have on my nails here. This one is Eleanor. Well, it's exposed Eleanor. And even Stripped Stephanie was pretty good at just one coat. So I liked that formula-wise. They were actually pretty easy to apply. And I also liked that while they were fast drying kind of flat matte colors, they also have that really gorgeous shimmer in almost all of them. Not the one called Bethany, but so what that means is that if you put a top coat on, you can really see that shimmer a little bit better. So they have versatility too, which I appreciate about them. I also really like that they kind of gave something for everybody. So they put very pale nude and then like a very darker nude. They did some pinky nudes, some tan nudes, and some gray to purple nudes. So I feel like they kind of reached everywhere on the, well, you know, maybe not everywhere on the nude range, but they really did a good job at kind of getting their fingers, so to speak, in each of the spots there. So everybody could maybe find their perfect shade. For me, it felt more like, you know, you could really look at everything and see which one is the one that would be best for you. And maybe this isn't necessarily a collection you'd need all of them because they are, some of them, quite similar to each other. That's just, you know, my opinion about it. I also did want to mention, you may have noticed when I was doing the live swatching, that most all of these polishes, I'm not sure I had one that didn't do this, that it left some kind of gritty deposit of pigment, these like white little pieces. I did notice that almost with every single one. When I look at my nails, if I look really closely, I can actually see it on this one here that I've got. However, I still really enjoy the appearance, and it's not gonna bug me. So I did want to make sure to mention that you probably saw it in the live application that it was happening. I'm not sure about, you know, whatever pigments were used in here that created that occurrence, but you know, I did want to mention that that did happen for me in every polish when I swatched it. So I think that is the whole review. Like I did mention before, my very favorites are Exposed Eleanor and Stripped Stephanie, and for me it's like, you know, when I want to wear something a little bit more purpley, I would go for this, and then today I was just feeling the more golden neutral, so I chose this golden pinky one. So I really enjoyed those the most. And that is my whole review. I hope that you found this helpful. I will put a link down below where you can purchase these. I think the whole set of 6 is like $30. It's very affordable. So yes, I will leave you with that. Hope you're having a really great day. Thanks for spending summer with me, and I will see you back in my next review. Bye. This one in this collection, you don't need that. Look how bright this is. This is so bright. I'm not even a crazy neon lover. It's just not really the palette that I really enjoy as much as like spring colors, for example. But if I want to wear a neon yellow, I'm going to go for something